But I'm counting on other ones. So all I don't give you. But I'm treasuring. And I'll tell you why. All of us here live in extended families. Of some kind. None of us, might be one or two of you, have normal families, whatever that is. So, the wonderful idea of a mom and a dad and 3 children and we stay together forever and grow old and you know, that, and it's been beautiful, right? Hey, if you could do, you do that, I want you to do that. I don't want you to. But as you're doing it, you're already in an extended family. Aren't you? Every one of you. Every one of you have had to stretch yourself beyond your boundaries to reach out and include people that you won't normally call your family, but you do. And you've made it work. Not just your personal blood family, but your extended family, and then your spiritual family. And that's a whole new dynamic. The difference is, there's always been the kind of things that marriages go through. That's happened forever, throughout time. But today is very different because it's open, it's real. People don't pretend anymore. They live, they want to live. And whatever it takes to live, they do, and they make it work. Now, we as a people have done exemplary. We're like a model in the universe. I mean, I don't need to tell you examples, but just briefly, how all my daughters from 3 different wives have made a sisterhood and have kept that sisterhood. They've done it. They've been true to each other. That hasn't always been easy either for them. Right? And all of you are working in some kind of dynamic in your family to make that real. And you need to realize that isn't just because we're a little strange. We are a little strange. Don't get me wrong. When Linda told me she loved me over in Oklahoma and made sure my cells could hear it, that's a little strange, but it's a little wonderful. And people that become involved with us, like Matt and others, what are they reaching for? They want that love in Zach and even, it draws them, and they get involved in the God dynamic. And it's the God dynamic that makes the difference. You don't know that. It isn't just because we're lovely, beautiful people. We are, no question, right? And I take Linda's word. I have never abandoned any of you, never. Whatever Linda paints me, that's what I want to be. If I'm not, that's what I want to be. Yeah, I accept that. I don't walk in blame, guilt, or shame. We don't need to extend. We are putting an end, not to guilt and shame, because there's still guilt and shame. You'll have to deal with guilt, but it doesn't have to own you in this day. You don't have to drown in it. Be steeped all your life struggling with some incomprehensible idea that pumped in your childhood and you can't get rid of. That doesn't have to happen anymore. There's freedom. There's liberty. There's knowing God. We can know God for real. We're finding out that God is a lot more loving, profound, unconditional love, Johnny, than you ever imagined He could be. And you're finding it so. And your hope to live is to grab a hold of that reality and make it work right now, where you are, not tomorrow, not yesterday, but right here, right now, is whatever you've got around you, whoever is dependent on you, whoever's loving you, to make it work, to know that God is truly love and you can be just like Him by choosing to be that. You can overcome any pain, anger, disappointment, no matter how deep it can be, but you can't do it alone. You need the others around you. You need each other. You need each other. You can't cut each other out. There'll be a time you don't want to see each other for a while. Whoa, okay, don't. You might not want to go out and have lunch with them for a while. That's okay. But you can't cut them out. You can't do it. You can't cut each on the heart. You can't do it. You can't do it. And you won't do it. Why is it? Why is that way? It's not really because we're more spiritual people than all the people on the planet. We're not more spiritual than the Aborigines. That's not our hope. It's not because we got better psychology and better this, that. No, it isn't. It's because the God dynamic on the planet is changing. Something different. Did you hear, Sarah Jane? There's something different is coming in. We're living in a new day. A different way to appropriate the eternal light that God is. Right? And we want to keep the past for what it's worth. Keep your heritage. Believe in your heritage. Believe in how God has visited us throughout all the ages. Trust in that. But don't trust in the God that visited them. Trust in the God that's visiting you. Trust in that God can touch your heart. Trust in the God that you can know for yourself. See, having the right God doesn't do the trick. It's not. The right God is available to every man. At some level. Through the confusion, through the doctrines, through the mystic, strange, dumb ideas we've created around God. But God is never unavailable to any man. I don't believe it. I absolutely don't believe it. See? And we are doing that. You're living in a treasured time. And take all your past and look at it, all the disappointments that you could see, and all the things where you thought you might have done something different, or you wish your mom had done something different, or your dad, or whatever. And just say, all right, God, I don't understand that, but thank you for that, because I know that whatever it took to get me here, this is where I'm supposed to be, and from this point on, I can live, and I can be everything, God, that you want me to be. Now you can find scriptures for that, and I'm thankful that you can, and will, and should, and do. And I love the scriptures, and I love a lot of other traditions now. There's a lot of wonderful wisdom available everywhere, but none of that, none of the crystals, none of that's going to displace this God that you got to know and hear. You can't substitute for Him. You can't. He wants to know you. He wants to treasure you. He wants to feel you. He wants to feel your doubt. He wants to feel your pain. He wants to feel your joy. As Cornelia so beautifully gave us an invitation that will always be with you. Invite Him in, because that's where He already is, but He wants you to know. And He needs your acquiescence, at least. Hopefully, your agreement, and even more hopefully, your cooperation and yieldedness to the divine program that you are and that we are together. We are an age phenomenon. We're a phenomenon of the ages. We're not just appearing. We appear in all different history lines. We're bringing an end to a lot of different lines. But we are a phenomenon of light beings come from the Father at this point, injected into your genetics. You've been injected into you are not your genetics, you've been injected into them. You bear them like a beautiful garment of treasure and hope and promise, but you yourself came from the eternal light far beyond it. You need to know that without a shadow of your doubt. It'll give you the power to walk through anything you need to walk through. It'll give you the power to overcome, to live together, to be together. When the pain gets so deep that you don't see any way out and you're cursing everything around you, just remember you can do this or you would not be doing it. So that's, I get the chance. You're my family. And I believe in family. I do totally believe in family. I believe in blood family, your own personal, private genetics. I believe in extended family, the ones you make commitments to a gathering. And I believe in the divine family that we are. Absolutely, it is a hope for tomorrow. But it's always been the stabilization of civilization. It's always been the thing that lays at the foundation of everything. But it's now the foundation of a whole new age. And I tell you, I promise you, it doesn't matter what the politicians scheme or what Snowden does and doesn't do. Really, all of it is, I love to watch it. I love to see something good happen in Egypt, but that's not my hope. My hope is in anchoring you in what happened with you on the weekend when you were together. When you come together like this, when you do what you did, there's I know we're just a small nucleus, but I tell you what, it doesn't take a big nucleus. One man came 2,000 years ago, changed all. David changed everything on this planet, that man. One man changed everything, forever. What can a body of people with their hearts joined with him do? They can create a whole new order of the ages. What is it? Oh, what? It's a poem on our dollar bill. It's not. Dollar bills don't create a new dimension. Dollar bills don't create a new age. You, living, flesh, blood, divine beings of God, take that dollar bill and make a new age out of the divine substance that we are. So, thank you for an opportunity to say something on my birthday. Because I love you beyond comprehension. God, I watched this morning and saw how big this thing is going to be, this coot cage. You smell, don't eat. And my garage, whoa, there's no stuff in there, so whoa. But look at it now. All in one day, all day with your hands together, walks together, you did everything. You've been beautiful. Thank you for coming to my birthday party in my sweet Caroline. I knew she loved me. All right. That'd be more than my fault, but I'm great. We'll pay you on that, but I'm not going.
Amen.
Wasn't good enough. Try again next year.